Hello everyone, I'm Hwang from grade 9, and I'm here to present my research project on Alzheimer's disease. Ever feel like you're constantly losing your keys, your train of thought, and possibly your mind? Well, fear not. Join me on a journey through the maze of Alzheimer's research, where we aim to find the ultimate cure for forgetfulness, before we forget what we're looking for. Now, before I begin with the project, I want to show you a picture so you can have a better understanding of what happens to the brain when Alzheimer's is affecting it. On the left, you can see a brain with fully functional parts, like the cortex and the hippocampus. But on the right, you can see problems occur. As Alzheimer's disease progresses, it kills brain cells, mainly in the hippocampus and cortex, which leads to impairments in learning, memory, and thinking. Now, my hypothesis from the information that I gathered from both the volcano and mean difference plot show how expressed and underexpressed genes can affect Alzheimer's disease on people and how often it can occur due to what genes someone carries. So my hypothesis is overexpressed genes and underexpressed genes affect how someone obtains Alzheimer's. Now, many people do not know what Alzheimer's disease is, and that is pretty much uh, and that is pretty much what it is. There are many brain disorders and diseases that humans can develop, and one of them is Alzheimer's disease. There are many ways to explain how it works, but a brief description of it is a brain disorder that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills and eventually the ability to carry out the simplest tasks, found from alzheimers.gov. Uh, Alzheimer's disease is named after Dr. Alois Alzheimer in 1906. Dr. Alzheimer noticed changes in the brain tissue of a woman who had died of an unusual mental illness. Her symptoms included memory loss, language problems, and unpredictable behavior. This was a creation of Alzheimer's disease. And if you're young, like me, don't need to worry because Alzheimer's are gotten through older people, and it is very rare to get Alzheimer's at a young age. And this information was gathered from ni.nih.gov. Now, I'll begin with my method to obtain this information. The way I found this information was from the same source I got all my information from, ncbi.nlm.nih.gov, also known as GEO. GEO is an acronym for Gene Expression Omnibus, which contains information about gene expressions and more collected from scientists' research experiments and inserted into the site. Now, as you can see, in the volcano plot, there are many points, but the ones I pointed out in the underexpressed area, like ACUST 47142, better known as COX1, and ND2. COX1 and ND2 are the most significant genes from the underexpressed area in the volcano plot. I won't go into detail about what they are, but they are the significance on the genes, which is what matters. Another group of significant genes show how Alzheimer's can be visible in a person. Points like COX3 and ND3 are both points in which the genes are significantly underexpressed. As they are significant compared to the others, they furthermore indicate that Alzheimer's disease is known. Now, as you can see here, there are two graphs. The one on the left is a box plot. Sorry. Now, as you can see here, there are two graphs. The one on the left is a box plot. The box plot is important because it shows numerous tests that researchers have conducted. As you can see, they are all lined up together. This proves how the control, which is a healthy subject without Alzheimer's, indicated in green, and the subjects with Alzheimer's, also known as AD, in the box plot, which is shown as purple. This graph shows how the tests were done consistent without any significant outliers. Now the graph on the right is a mean difference plot. The mean difference plot is similar to the volcano plot, but this plot is plotted horizontally. The red points on top are overexpressed, as you can see. Multiple significant genes are shown in the plot showing how Alzheimer's is indicated. And the blue points on the bottom of the graph also have numerous significant outlying genes, which furthermore shows how Alzheimer's is present. Now you're probably wondering, what does all this information about these significant genes mean? Well, I have an answer for you. Everybody has genes, but if you have significant genes like the one here, you have a higher risk of gaining Alzheimer's disease compared to having genes in a bunch group at the bottom. Oh, sorry. To sum it all up, significant overexpressed genes and significant underexpressed genes are more likely to cause someone to have Alzheimer's. Oh God. To sum it all up, significant overexpressed genes and significant underexpressed genes are more likely to cause someone to have Alzheimer's. All the information gathered from GEO shows how these significant genes can cause an add risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. So thank you for listening to my presentation.